I want a tall man too.
Yeah, we all, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to be attracted to him?
I would hope so.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's take 10% of men make more than you.
Yes.
Now, half of them are below 5'8". So that's 5% of men.
Okay.
Now you're at 5%. Now you want to be attracted to him. Let's say half of them are ugly. That's 2% of guys. And you have to compete, and you might have to share. Because think about it, if you find him attractive and he has all the things you want, that means other women want him. That means every girl in this room probably wants him.
That doesn't mean you have to share.
It means you might.
It means
this is
it
like
means he has options. That still doesn't mean that you have to.
Okay.
So do I.
And I'll give you an example. So my dad is a top 1% earner, 0.5%. I grew up in these families, or in that family. My dad didn't cheat, but my mom got him when he was broke. So if you want to get him on that level, he's probably going to cheat. You didn't help build it. Like, you didn't help him get there.
What's a high value woman?
A woman who knows her worth and knows she can do better than that, because there are men out there that aren't gonna want to see a whole bunch of women at one time.
But what determines a woman's worth?
I think a woman determines her own value.
See, that's the difference between men and women. Like, a man can't just determine their value. The world dictates how valuable you are.
The marketplace, you're saying.
Right. Like, women could just make up how valuable she is in her head and then just assume that the world should follow that. But we can't operate like that. Imagine if I said like that, I'm just worth that. Like, why? Because I believe it. Everybody would think that I'm delusional, but women can believe that.
On a lot of property.
How much you make doing that? Like, a lot?
I mean, that's my business.
It could be our business.
It's not, though.
Because your job is to take care of me. But I'm saying, though, like, if you want to get to know me, you're going to have to take care of me in the process.
Take care of, and what does that mean?
If I want my nails done, get my nails done. If I want my hair done, my lashes, my toes, I need new clothes, I want to go out of town, your 21 properties need to be able to pay for it. As long as you got it, we got it, right?
No, but there is no we. There is no we.
I'm supposed to provide. I'm a female, I deserve everything.
You a female?
I'm not leaving. I don't understand why you don't want to take me shopping.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I think you should, like, think about it. There's nothing wrong with being a gold digger.
Go ahead. Get out.
Well, you gonna follow my Instagram?
I'm not doing that. Leave.
I'm gonna just leave. I could just leave my number with you, right?
You just leave. Have a good one. Gold digger.
I'm hoping that this is some kind of prank or something. Jesus Christ.
When you were at your peak value, you had zero interest in monogamy. But then you find a man who's 35 at his peak value. He's finally struggled and worked, because when he was 19, no girl spoke to him. When he was 23, he was broke. When he was 24, he had no life experience. He finally gets to the point where he's now at his peak value. Him at 35 is you when you were 19. And then you're sitting there saying to him, no, you should be monogamous. It's like, well, you fucking weren't. You did whatever you wanted in your peak. Now I'm finally got there. And I had to work for my shit. God gave you. God and L'Oreal gave you. I had to fucking struggle. I had to go through hell to get on this yacht. You got on the yacht with an Instagram DM. I had to buy it. And now you're telling me I need to fucking settle down and behave and grow up? Fuck you.
You expect a man to bust hard and become the best man every woman wants? And then you just come along to have him all to yourself. I mean, is this delusion or the epitome of selfishness?
Oh my God.
The next time, ladies, you're on one of my lives, or you talking to a man or friends, and you're trying to sell them a lie about you look better now in your 30s and 40s than you ever did in your 20s, when you're telling this big lie about I'm 50 and fabulous, I want you to go and put this filter on. Just go and make a video and put this filter on your face. This will put everything into perspective.
Women age like wine, right? Nonsense.
Okay, I would argue that 2 out of 10 men are ready to be husbands.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. See, it's one of these things of, well, women aren't ready, but the men aren't either. That's how they've learned how to argue. All right, but is a woman at 25 and a man at 25, do they have the same market value?
No.
Oh, okay. Whose market value is higher?
For the dating market or marriage?
The sexual marketplace. A 21-year-old woman and a 21-year-old man. Who has the higher sexual marketplace value?
The woman.
25-year-old man and 25-year-old woman. Who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The woman again.
A 30-year-old woman and a 30-year-old man. Who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
A man.
the 35-year-old man and the 35-year-old woman, who has a higher sexual marketplace value?
The man.
And as I keep going in 5-year increments, will women ever overtake a man's sexual marketplace value?
Not in the long term, no.
No.
I personally don't think men in their 20s should be worried at all for not getting sexual attention from women. Work on yourself, bro. Men will always have the last laugh.
How much should a man make?
Like 300,000? Like, I guess if they made less than that, I feel like we wouldn't have the lifestyle I wanted.
These women are not interested in being wives. They are not interested in marrying you. They're interested in marrying your lifestyle.
Ideally, my husband needs to be making like 650,000. If I'm making this much and I have this lifestyle, this person cannot have a lesser lifestyle than me. Otherwise, it is not going to work out.
Anywhere from 70 to 100K. I would have to say 127. $500,000. Is that bad?
Probably 150 to $250,000 a year. That's my guess.
If your wife can spend more than you make, like, you need to make more money. So it really just depends. 150 maybe to 250,000 a year would be comfortable for sure. The more the merrier.
What do you think is the median income for age 31? It's $52,776.
So my expectations are not.
Rebecca met Peter, her boyfriend, while working at a coffee shop. Peter was an ordinary person with a decent profession and a golden heart. He was kind, attentive, and sincerely cared for Rebecca despite the fact that he couldn't provide her with the opulent lifestyle she desired. Rebecca, or so she thought, fell in love with him. Rebecca began to realize that Peter was not enough for her. She desired more, and she desired it now. She began going out to bars and clubs in search of wealthy men to shower her with gifts and attention. It didn't take long for her to find what she was looking for. Rebecca began seeing a wealthy businessman named James, who whisked her away on private jets and yachts and lavished her with expensive gifts. She broke up with Peter, telling him that she had outgrown him and needed more in life. But the high life with James did not last long. James was never one to be satisfied, and his controlling and abusive behavior became more apparent to Rebecca as time went on. Despite the luxurious lifestyle that James provided, Rebecca found herself feeling trapped and suffocated one day after an explosive argument. James left Rebecca stranded in a foreign country with nothing but the clothes on her back and a broken heart. She realized then that she had made a grave mistake by leaving Peter, the one person who had truly loved her for who she was. Rebecca tried to reach out to Peter, but he had moved on with his life, becoming a successful entrepreneur and a well-respected figure in their community. He had no interest in reconciling with Rebecca, who had hurt him deeply by leaving him for another man. As Rebecca approached her late 30s, she found herself alone and desperate for companionship. She had no friends or family to turn to, and her reputation as a gold digger had preceded her, making it difficult for her to form meaningful relationships.